Yeah.
Oh boy, the lamest Jujutsu sorcerer is about to put up some straight shag type of performance, bruh. But it's the last Jujutsu Kaisen episode, so I guess I'll give him some grace. Yuta needs exactly 400 points to allow people a chance to escape the Colony game safely, which involves him killing participants. He's still going to hell for killing pubs though, like he was literally just meditating in his domain to kill anybody within its range, but it's still meditating in peace. Like, you know, it wasn't fair. Just look at this troublemaker, and now he wants to act nice towards a group of innocent people. Hey, tell him what you did to Gramps, bro, or I will. A massive colony of cursed cockroaches popping from 2 guys running for help. The way the one on the left got swallowed, it reminded me of that one SpongeBob clip. Oh man, you just can't outrun death, really. Yuta tries to save the other one but fails miserably. Oh good God. Why couldn't he save him faster instead of watching his homie die before acting? Y'all be calling anybody heroes, man. He calls Rika to destroy the bridge before the colony can hurt the group, and then slashes it into pieces before realizing that he just spread all the cockroaches all over. He didn't even check if some of them got thrown far enough to munch on that survivor group. Just wow. What a lack of poor intuition. All that was caused by Kenjaku's favorite cockroach, Kurourushi. He's just over there trying to say hello, and what does Yuta do? He coats his arm in retaliation and then sends him flying with a knockout palm to the stomach. Now, I know that bugs are lesser creatures and we don't care about them, but that's a grown-ass animal at this point. Like, is this not animal abuse in a way? This is just unethical from Yuta Akutsu, honestly. He jumps over the bridge trying to finish the job, but Kuro stops him right on time. Then he asks Yuta why he kills. Mind you, he didn't even answer the question. He flipped it back to him. How unserious can you be? Like, does Yuta really think little of life like this? This is just unacceptable. Kuro says that he loves blood and then starts hunting down the prodigy in waves. Yuta starts illegally trespassing by parkouring on buildings before slashing away the waves, but Kuro tries to kill him from both sides before getting countered by Yuta's sword again. Now here, ladies and gentlemen, is what we would call a no-diff situation, where the party completely overpowers the other party with certain actions. As soon as Yuta does his little spinning moves to brush off the cockroaches, he gets shot by Kuro with cursed juice on his face. Ew. That is so unhygienic of him. He doesn't even take the time to wash his face off. He wanna keep fighting like a dumbass. All that overfarming caught up to him, now he's getting bitten and slashed by a giant cockroach. Folk, without Rika is ant level, that's crazy. Hey, don't tell me I'm wrong. He's the one getting his ass beat for real. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, it did. As a last resort before meeting Nanami and the others, he decided to kiss the living cockroach. French kiss and everything. What a damn shame. First you're breaking Rika's heart by flirting with Maki. Now you're out there tongue kissing insects? And then Kuro blew up too because that man must have been a stinker. Oh my goodness gracious. This cannot be the Sendai episode y'all were waiting for, bruh. But anyway, Yuta ended up killing Kuro by applying positive cursed energy into him and gained 5 points doing so. But using reverse curse technique to heal messed up his entire flow though.
Introducing new culling gameplay.
Uro Takako. She wasted no time and sent that boy flying. Uro goes for a hit, but Yuta genuinely thinks he ate the gum fruit and throws a Luffy type of punch and misses it too. Oh my god. Uro genuinely breaks the screen itself before sending him flying away again. He's catching no breaks and I'm loving this. Eventually Uro tells her technique where she can manipulate the sky as pure surface. Then Yuta gets noisier and asks why she's even out there hunting people, which is clearly strong enough to farm points whenever she wants. And she basically says that she wants a second chance at life. But Yuta keeps pushing his buttons saying, yo, don't you have a lover or friends or something, bro? And then doubles down saying, how can you be so desperate for your own sake? Like, nigga, ain't you tongue kiss a cockroach for survival behind Rika's back 5 minutes ago? Yo, he's a goddamn hypocrite. Uro accuses him of being part of the Fujiwara clan, who are maybe Yuta's ancestors. There's not much to say, but she grabs him by the throat and throws him up in the sky. They start boxing, but wait, a random blast interrupts the fight. And who could it be other than the GOAT himself, Jane Juliet, aka Ryu Ishigori. This might be the greatest introduction yet. Now that the 4 deadlock is broken with 2 being dead, the trio decide to take each other out. Ryu spams a bunch of beams and Yuta starts weaving left, right, up, down. I don't go hold you, bro. He was flowing on that one, but I gotta keep the agenda going. Yuta gets close to him, he gets blocked in the process. Ryu starts talking like a wise uncle, asking if someone should tell a kid at a feast to eat slowly. Yuta, being the overly friendly dude he is, says yeah, probably. And Ryu basically starts trauma dumping about how he lived a good first life. Strong opponents, good woman, no regrets, but he was still empty inside. Basically, life was great, but it never hit dessert level type of great, you feel me? And so as soon as Yuta heard the word dessert, he knew Ryu was about to swing. Some niggas just love to fight because they love to fight, and that's okay.
Niggas think I'm fighting to save the day, but really, nigga, I just like to fight.
As for Yuta, yeah, he can't seem to read social cues to save his life, but somehow he can sense a fight the moment someone mentions food. Okay? Hungry ass. Yuta blocks Ryu's right hook. Little boxing session before clapping each other's back. Pause. Ryu sends him flying and hits him with a blast pump fake into a knockdown through a building. Yuta escapes and jumps on cable ropes and propels himself just to get stopped instantly. One thing he was right about is that he really isn't the physical type, bro. Look at Ryu's face. He knew that shit was weak too. Even Mahito would land that punch. God, I miss him. But yeah, that punch went right back to him. Gave the boy a knuckle sandwich, he almost got knocked out. Yuta goes behind him to put him in a lock, but Ryu spams his beam and gets thrown away like a ragdoll. Yuta grabs a pole trying to box, but it genuinely looks like it's his first day out here and got his hand burned. Hey, just put the pole down, bro. You got a sword, if that's any helpful. He starts doing acrobatics to dodge and heals himself before getting put down for a second time. Ryu drags him into a subway and spams Yuta with beams as he dodges them before getting hit with a massive one. Ryu has to be the most interesting character of the season. With such a short impression, I already love this dude. Fixed up his haircut and Yuta told him to shut that shit up with trains. I mean tears, son. Yuta comes back to kick Ryu up and tries to tank his blast head on, but that boy must have thought he had points in heat immunity or something because he got thrown away before getting caught by Uro herself and thrown down for the goal. Yo, deadass, how many times has this dude been thrown around, bro? Like, let's make it count real quick.
What a fucking...
Second to Gojo, by the way. Ryu gets petty as if he didn't interrupt them earlier and beams at Uro, but she calls him Dick Cheese. Bro, this is frying me for no reason. And sent that blast right back at him. He couldn't believe it. First time eating his own attack and he walked it off. Does that mean his beam is weak or his body too strong to handle his strength? I guess we'll never know. Yuta comes out, but he's genuinely on his last knees because of how much he spammed reverse curse technique. Gojo would never run out, by the way. Just saying. Ryu called him washed like a closing bakery, and knowing that he was not gonna win this one with that stickman body of his, he had to pull out the emergency call.
Oide, Rika.
This frame is so crazy to me because first, it's 1-to-1 to the manga version, which is fairly done, but then that leads to number 2, the adaptation process. Yuta cannot be this love for Mappa to even have his goddamn figure straight lines to match exactly like the manga. Like, Sukuna deserves this treatment. Whatever, bro, I don't even care no more. But yeah, he brings out Rika and she cracks her chest open and pulls out a whole arsenal of cursed tools for Yuta to pick from. He's lucky that she saved his bitch ass life, but hey, it's whatever. We also get a little insight of her manifestation. Even after Rika died, the cursed version of her stayed with him as part of her will. So she's basically a storage unit for cursed energy and weapons. As long as he's connected to her through the ring, he can borrow her cursed energy, use his cursed technique, and fully manifest for exactly 5 minutes. Not that he's locked in, we might just see a better performance. I'm expecting Lakers, Kareem, and Magic Johnson type of play right now. But I'm gonna tag out for a bit. I need a toilet break, so Lenjuno, tell him what's up for me.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Sorry about that. Dash is absolutely blowing up his bathroom right now, but don't worry because the big Nenjuno is here to cover for him for a few minutes, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, continuing on with the fight, Yuta tells Rika she need a hard carry him because these two low-key got him quaking in his boots. So Rika charges right at Uro while Yuta decides to copy Inumaki and do his 1-to-1 impression of low-tier gods saying, "You should kill yourself now," which makes Uro cover her ears in absolute shock while Rika and Yuta start comboing the daylight out of her. These two were for real giving out hands like their names were Izuku Midoriya and Saitama. So this fake ass Elvis Presley Ryu fires even more blasts at them until he looks up at the sky, and if you were in Ryu's point of view, you might think it's a bird or a plane, but nah, it's just Yuta's goofy ass hitting this weak ass Superman pose as he drags Ryu through straight concrete with Rika assisting him, trying to push him down even further. But out of nowhere, Uro starts turning the entire battlefield into that one wavy section of Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Wii, shifting buildings up and down while sending cars and debris flying everywhere. So him and Yuta get into a little scuffle and Ryu tries shooting this beam at him point blank, which misses and Uro catches, and Uno reverses that shit right back, which Yuta weaves and headshots Ryu. So then Yuta and Rika try to jump Uro, but then she ends up redirecting Rika's arm out the way and makes her hit Yuta, and bro, bro, if there's one thing you don't want to do while Rika is around you, is to hit Yuta right in front of her. So this pisses off Rika on some no more Mr. Nice Guy cartoon shit, and she deadass starts full court pressing Uro with her entire life on the line, hitting her with all these punches, slamming her to the ground, and throwing her ass across buildings in the background. But Uro making her look stupid by making her eat her own punches in the process, as she just flings them bitches back at her using her technique. She for real had Rika looking like Jake Paul after his fight with Anthony Joshua. Oh my god. Then it cuts back to Ryu and Yuta running the ones again, only for it to get interrupted by Uro throwing Rika big ass right in the middle of them while charging up this distorted Kamehameha on both of them, which destroys the entire ground. But here comes Sneak Nation's best prodigy Yuta charging at her with these bad things, and this is where Yuta starts getting deep into his stolen bag, because he opens his mouth trying to use Inumaki's technique, and Uro covers her ears in anticipation. But that move was merely a pump fake, and Yuta got her to bite, causing Uro to let her guard down and get hit with a couple slashes by Yuta's copy of Drew's technique that he stole. Ayo, but pause the scene real quick. Was it really necessary for them to show her getting her nip sliced? Like, I guess she bad as hell. We all cracking, but it couldn't have been that important to the story that it needed to be showed so directly. Anyways, continuing with the fight, Yuta then tries to hit her with this haymaker, but Uro blocks it with her technique, as Ryu and Rika come from the floor underneath, with Ryu blasting Rika away, and these three come to a standstill. The music then comes to a halt as Ryu starts beating his chest like Donkey Kong, and these three decide to settle the fight in one final clash. This is where we get a slow build up with the music starting to crescendo in the background, and we get this clean panel recreation of the three of them summoning their domain expansions at the same time. And yo, I know it might seem like Yuta looking hella tough to y'all, but on everyone's life that's watching this is AI generated. The actual panel of Yuta was him getting scared because he actually don't got a domain. What he actually said was, guys, hold on a second. No, I'm just playing. I can't even hate on Yuta at all or push the agenda with this one. They was all looking clean as hell in this clip. But unfortunately, as soon as this happened, the person that absolutely nobody invited decided that they wanted to third party and destroy the three-way domain that was happening. Like, dog, how is this cockroach motherfucker still alive? Ain't Yuta freaky ass literally kiss you to death? This could have been one of the rawest three-way battles I've ever seen. It could have been more legendary than McQueen versus King versus Chick Hicks. But nah, this ugly ass bug just had to ruin it all. And I know there's an explanation for why he's still alive or something, but I'm a JJK fan. We don't read. What do you expect? I ain't explaining shit. Anyways, after the domain gets destroyed, Cockroach Guy ends up chopping off Uro's arm, and as soon as this happens, Rika ends up gobbling this shit up quick as hell like it's her first meal of the day. Like, damn, Rika, that arm ain't going anywhere, gang. So Ryu then points a loaded beam right at Uro and told her, girl, I'ma need you to take a seat and let me and my boy LARP while I have my dessert. Blasting her ass, leaving her out cold. And with Yuta finally taking care of the Cockroach Guy by bush camping him, by the way, it was just Yuta and Ryu left to finally run the one last time. And this is where we get some dialogue of Ryu telling Yuta to take a seat at his table, as he was starting to view Yuta as the dessert to satisfy him in battle. Like, bro, he been talking about desserts the entire fucking episode he's on screen. Like, gang, shut your fucking mouth. I was dead ass thinking Ryu was going to summon some fat ass Gorlock the Destroyer or Dave Blunts to start eating Yuta with the amount of times this dude was talking about food. Oh my god. And right here is we get the iconic Let's LARP panel of Ryu charging up his beam, and Yuta takes one look at Ryu's determination to LARP and starts smiling back at him, saying, I'll LARP with you with my entire life on the line, as he charges up all the energy he got in his arsenal. And bro, this is what we the people been waiting for, man. This shit means something to me, man. Let's go.
Hey, slow down, bro. You talking a little too much. Remember, this is my channel. I appreciate you for covering this though. Like, give me my video back, nigga. But yeah, the opening song started playing and I jumped out of my seat. Aizo uzumate da kyoto kyosu hotate maware jidayo ikihaji nuzuburede. Like, nah, bro, this is no debate. This is the best Jujutsu Kaisen opening. Like, it just gets better every single listen. But let me just lock in though. Ryu and Yuta start the beam clash like they're playing Sparking Zero, but Ryu gets the upper hand. Rika throws the beam and Yuta runs into Ryu, but as he's about to get hit, we get revealed that Yuta's Yuta's copy technique has already been recovered. Remember when Rika ate Uro's arm? Yeah, that allowed Yuta to manipulate the beams upwards and hit Ryu with Finesse Breaker. I was like, wait, hold on. Why is Yuta looking in a flow state right now? The worst comes into play as the 5-minute timer passed. Rika's controller disconnected instantly and Ryu knocked her ass out and she faded away. Yuta gives him an uppercut. Ryu counters with a gut punch and they start boxing pure hand to hand. Ryu was damn near getting off to this. Just wait till this nigga goes to a little bakery. That's heaven right there. Yo, am I tripping or is this not a Goku and Vegeta reference? Oh, Mappa Studio. You're the best when you're not mistreating your employees, man. Ryu goes for another hook, but Yuta grabs him and makes him eat his own beam that he manipulated earlier with Uro's technique. And from there, Ryu has finally finished his dessert. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Sendai Colony for you. Wow. I genuinely have no words. This was astonishing. Like, Yuta agenda aside, he really popped off there, like, I gotta admit it. I cannot wait to see what else he got in store for us for part 2. Okay, that's enough delays. I gotta go back to the agenda. Yeah, beating on a woman looking for clothes and a man pleading for help with his eating disorder? I don't think that's a good look on his book. But hey, anything for the points, I guess. After the fight, Yuta and Ryu talk. Ryu calls him a soft-ass bum for sparing people. Yuta says Uro told him the same thing, and they're right, bro. Like, didn't you say you were gonna get 400 points? What happened to that? Let me tell you what happened. He is not about that life. They talk about how Uro was tripping because Yuta kept saying that she was getting no play and that he doesn't relate to her because he's quote-unquote blessed. They be letting anybody get blessed, bro. They told him he had Gojo potential and he started feeding himself. Hey, we know what you do behind closed doors, pal. Kissing cockroaches and shit. Yuck. You disgust me. Ryu doesn't fully get it, but he respects the answer. Yuta gets buffed at that point, which puts him at 190. Uro told Yuta that he wasn't scary enough because the strongest sorcerer out there, and he showed Miwa leaving her colony. I'm crying, bro. Miwa putting belts to us like that for real? Should have put her in Sendai Colony instead of Yuta. We also saw the main cast, and of course, my beautiful, handsome, strong king, Mr. Sukuna Ryomen himself, looking as majestic as ever, and oh lord, his true form? Greatness. Absolute greatness. But yeah, this is it for the final episode. God damn, this season was genuinely a mess. In a good way though. Like, I really love this first half of the Cooling Games. I cannot wait for the second half, man. The streets are saying it might hit January next year, so like, damn, like we are gonna live into 2027. But part 1 was amazing, and I'm sure part 2 will even go crazier. I'm finally out of the weekly hell, so now I can actually start making videos on stuff I actually want to make, which means Kakegurui Season 2. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. I'm gonna call it a night here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.